Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Everyday Joy podcast. I'm your host, Ash Owen, and I cannot wait to find a moments of joy with you today. We're going to dive straight into today's episode, so let's get ready to hear the word of God.
Psalms 139:14. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Jen, love having you here in the studio.
Aw, love being here.
We always joke, and I'm pretty sure I say this every time that you come onto the podcast. We both work in little booths.
Yeah.
So there's like an open working area in our office, but then there's also like a couple of little like closed off sort of team offices. And we both happen to work in a team office, in separate team offices. Yeah. So we literally could go so long without seeing each other, apart from like distantly at a staff meeting.
Where we're waving at each other.
Where we wave from a distance. Yeah. Like we could go so long without seeing each other. And I just feel like that's not okay.
I know. We say this every single time we're
I know. And I was like, as soon as I'm back from my honeymoon, I was like, we're going to do a lunch coffee date. So it's not just podcasts that we get to catch up on. Yeah. I think it's great. We were just saying I was I very aggressively expressed in yesterday's episode that I am like feeling the stress of like the lead up to the wedding. I'm praying that over these next few days, all the final things get ticked off so that like next week it's just bridal appointments and like getting to fancy myself up with like my nails and my tan and all those fun things. But I was saying to you, the one thing that I've been struggling with is, you know, and it's actually very relevant in this verse today. We're talking about being fearfully and wonderfully made, is something that I've always struggled with, and something that I, you know, am probably struggling with a lot right now is I've been getting these little waves of like stress when it comes to the wedding because all of the attention is on you. And it's like the weirdest thing, and I don't know if you experienced this or anyone listening experienced this, where I was like, oh my gosh, like, not that I'm fearful that anyone's going to judge me or anything, but you do feel a little bit of pressure to be like the most beautiful that you've ever been, right? And so going in this season of being really stressful, I've been finding like my skin's been breaking out and like all these little things. And I just feel like I really personally needed to hear this verse today to remember like I am fearfully and wonderfully made. It doesn't matter if my skin's breaking out. It doesn't matter if I'm stressed. It doesn't matter if I'm a bit anxious. Like I can be okay because I know that no matter what, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. And I think a lot of those insecurities that I've dealt with over a long period of time in this like pressure cooker of wedding season, I feel like they've been coming up a little bit. And so I'm actually so glad we've kind of gone into this verse because it's a great moment of just being reminded that like I'm created with a purpose. Yeah. The wedding, like I can kind of ignore those little details and just go, it's all good. It doesn't really matter.
I remember the wedding planning. I remember all that. And I'm sure a lot of the married couples who are listening to the podcast, they're nodding. They're like, yes, Ash, I totally get it. I totally get it. And it's just this stress coming up to this one big event of your life that you're like, I have to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Just remember the bigger picture. Don't remember the little things. You're not going to remember that. You're just going to be married to the love of your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming back to this verse, I'm diverting so much today. I love how God has created us so differently and so individually. Yeah. And it's so incredibly beautiful that God has made like billions and billions of people. Yeah. And yet he spent so much time and effort and love and attention and care on just me. That he hasn't mass produced all these humans. He's actually just made me for me. He's made you for you. He's made every single listener right now listening you. And we are so uniquely, beautifully made. And it's like, how can God do that? Like, that's how much he loves us.
100%. And I think it makes me go, you know, it's so easy for us. I think particularly, no, I don't want to say particularly as women, because I feel like men actually deal with that insecurity just as much sometimes. But like we focus straight away on the external. But when we go like, and you know, in this psalm, like this is David speaking, like David's gone like, Lord, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And you know, if we think of David, he was close with God. He knew God. He spoke to God. And I kind of go, if David at the end of all of that, at the moment of being close with God goes, oh no, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, isn't that beautiful? And I think that it's easy to take it, like I said, just like in a physical sense, but to go like, God created us. Like, do you know like the number of miracles that needed to occur for you and I to be here?
Yeah.
It's like, it is mind-boggling. It's like, you know, it's all those stats of like, what is it? It's like 100 trillion cells in the body or something like that, you know? The fact that like our heartbeat is consistent, like all of these things, it's not a fluke that we're here. It's not an accident that you and I are here talking today. And I think that the thing that probably gets me the most is when at the end it says, and my soul knows it well. Like, isn't that crazy? It's like a soul knowledge. Even if your head doesn't always believe it, it's a soul understanding that you are created wonderfully.
Yeah.
You are created with an intentional purpose.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you were created just because God wanted you to be created. Yeah. Not because of what you would do, not because of who you are, but because he wanted you.
Yeah, absolutely love that. I feel so incredibly loved. And I hope whoever's listening, you feel loved because you are totally loved.
Yeah.
I mean, everything has a purpose. Like, God has given us everything as perfect in this world. Like, he had the trees here to suck up all the carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Is that the scientific word?
Yeah.
I got it right.
You got it.
I survived science. Like, the trees take away all these carbon dioxide that we can't breathe in and produce oxygen so we can breathe it. Like, everything.
The intricacies of it.
It's everything is just so perfectly made. Like, I always love using this example that our Earth in the solar system is at the most perfect place in the solar system. We're not too close that we burn in the sun, it gets too hot. We're not too far away that we still get
that Earth would like freeze over.
Right? Yeah. And we're just in the right place and it all moves at different rates and there's a reason why everything is there. Who could have put that there?
Yeah.
Whose beautiful mind could have done that?
Yeah, there's this preacher. Have you ever heard of him? His name's Louis Giglio.
No.
He does this preach. I'm going to see if I can find it. It's an old preach, but I remember watching it as like a youth kid. And he does this whole preaching series on like how wild, how unfathomable it is that the earth is here, that we're here. Yeah. And he kind of goes through like all these crazy sort of things like what you were talking about. I'll see if I can find it and pop it on the Facebook group because it's incredible. But when you hear this verse, Jen, is there a time where this verse has come alive for you? Is there a time where you struggled to believe this?
Yes, all the time. So I think the biggest part of this verse that came alive in my life is after I've given birth to Charles. I was struggling with breastfeeding. I was struggling with weight-wise, and I did not believe that I was fearfully and wonderfully made. I thought I was a failure, especially going through IVF, going through all that. I was like, what's wrong with my body? I'm so broken. But when I gave birth to Charles, and when I held her, I looked at her, I was like, oh my gosh, God designed me to give birth to her. The beauty of her is now outside of my body in God's arms. Like, God's designed her the way that she is. And I can see that she's fearfully and wonderfully made. Myself, that was hard of not falling into the motherhood, the norm. Everyone knows motherhood or breastfeeding and bouncing back to shape. I'm still dealing with that. But every time I look at Charles, I'm like, we are all fearfully and wonderfully.
Is that kind of what has helped you? You know, obviously you just mentioned like it's still not easy. There's still that rough thing. And I think the whole concept of bouncing back is the wildest thing ever. Right. Like, you've literally just given birth to a human. But I think, like, is that what's kind of helped you put it into perspective? So you're basically saying like Chelsea, seeing that she is created so perfectly. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 100%. I see her like learning. I see her absorbing everything and being the little sponge she is. I can see it, and it's a great reminder.
What would you say to parents who are listening right now, whether it be, you know, I think predominantly mums, because your body obviously goes through the biggest change. But I think, what would you say to someone And I know you're still feeling it and you're in the middle of it as well. But what would you say to a mum who's just given birth, who's in that season of just trying to get used to the new normal of life? How would you encourage them to know that they are fearfully and wonderfully made?
I first off, I want you to know that you're an awesome person. I want you to know that you are so incredibly strong and wonderfully made because you survived childbirth, because you survived all of that, and you actually gave birth to a human being. I want you to show compassion for yourself. I want you to go, okay, I need to relax on myself. There is no rush to get back to where you are. There's no timeline in that. But know that you are made in God's image. God made you in this space. Take a step back. Focus on your baby. Focus on yourself in a way with your mental health first. And then everything will come later on.
So good. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I love today's episode. It is not always easy to trust and to see that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Our emotions, our world, our society, the own expectations that we put on ourselves can lead us to a place of dissatisfaction or disappointment. But hearing this verse, discussing how crazy it is that you and I are here, that this world is here, that God has created every intricate part of our being. Remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't let those intimidations and fears get in your head. Remember that God has a plan and a purpose for you. I can't wait to dive even deeper into the Word of God with you tomorrow, but until then, I pray you're able to find moments of joy.